What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Raislive. What is up, man? How's everyone doing? Look, man, let me tell you guys something. I am so relieved right now. I'm like super duper happy, and I just feel so relieved right now. Like, just my dreams have come true. So basically, what I'm saying is, Battlefield 1 is dope as hell. So if you haven't played it, if you're on the fence about getting it, you really need to get it. It's a great game, and I'm gonna explain now. First off, let me just say, when you first pop this game in, you're gonna immediately feel like, you know what? This is why I bought a PlayStation 4. This is why I bought an Xbox One. You would immediately feel that satisfaction. You're gonna say, wow, this game looks beautiful. Look at the graphics of this game. And I understand now, graphics ain't everything. Battlefield 4 graphics was good, but this game looks better than Battlefield 4. See, the thing is between this game and Battlefield 4 is that this game has attention to detail. Everything has been, revamped and different. The sound is great. The explosions look better. Everything, the destruction is even revamped and better than ever. You know how, like, with the earlier Battlefield games, how only certain parts of the building will come off, and you will always see the exact same type of explosion on the building. Like, if you shoot the building, like a fourth of it will come off, and then the 1/4 of it, then the next fourth, it's almost like a block thing. It's like only like the building, you hit it 4 times, and then eventually it will lose all its walls or whatever. It was like that, but not with this game. This game is really dope. When you shoot a building, it's gonna put a hole in that one little area that you hit it in, and I can't believe like how awesome they pulled this off with. Because you would think like, we're so used to mediocrity, like to the point that when we see something so great like this, it's almost like, wow, like they can pull this off on consoles. Like, is this possible? I'm telling you, like, I'm playing this game and I'm like, yo, this game looks really good. Like, I can't imagine what this game looks on PC. So I know all you PC Master Race guys are probably like, oh my god, this game is like an orgasm right now. Like, it's crazy. Let me tell you, man, this game is freaking dope. It looks awesome. It looks really good. I'm really loving it. Let's get into the story. So the story, first off, the story is like, I haven't beat it. Let me just tell you that. Like, I haven't like completed it all together. This is just more like just my little first impressions of the game or whatever. I don't want to say a review, because I don't formally think, I should be doing that right now. I do feel like this game story is one of its strong points. Now I know a lot of people don't really care for stories, but I felt like the story of this game is really solid, and EA did a great job at trying to deliver an accurate story that's, filled with emotions, as well as, staying historically accurate and not mocking and, downplaying what war was like in this era. And I felt like it was done great. I really did find myself, really feeling drawn in with some of the characters. I was like, man, this is pretty deep, and then when they die, you kind of like, dang, man, like, oh man, like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really gets to you sometimes. It's like, man, that's pretty cool how they did that. And the story is told in like different, I don't want to spoil it for you, but like, you're gonna be getting to know a lot of characters, put it that way, but it's great. It's fun. Like, it's really fun. A lot of epic moments in the game. A lot of like moments where you were just like, like, wow, like this is like, I really feel like, I'm back in, early 1900s right now. Like, it was really dope. Like one of the aspects that I enjoyed the most was the fact like how when you're behind enemy lines, or you're like sneaking into to infiltrate a base or some shit, like you would like, everybody's speaking in another language, but like it sounds good. It doesn't sound fake, like those fake Russian accents. Like, it actually sounds good and also like when you're listening to them talk, like you don't know what they're talking about. You just know that they're angry. So you have to feed off of their like, what do they sound like? They're mad, or are they sneaking? You gotta just use their voice and just pretty much go from there. As far as like, how they're reacting to you because you don't know what they're saying because they speak in a different language, and of course, you don't have like the subtitles. I mean, you can, but like I choose not to, just because it makes it more realistic, because when you're out there, you're fighting a war, you don't know what those guys are saying. You're just out there. You're an American, you're fighting for America, or you can speak English, maybe Spanish, So I felt like that was really dope. I know that's like kind of small. But like to me, I just thought like, well, it was really dope. Like I really felt like, wow, oh my god, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my god, like this guy's like yelling in a different language, and he's like, it's crazy. That's it for the story, man. I know you guys want to get into like the multiplayer. I played a little bit of the story, and after that, I went straight into the multiplayer because like I said, that's where it's at. I gotta go. Now I am gonna finish the story, and because it's really good and it rightfully deserves to be finished and taken in, but I had to get into this multiplayer. So let's get into this multiplayer. So the multiplayer is really dope too. Another great aspect of the game. I felt like this game, it doesn't feel like a what can I say? Like it doesn't feel like a reskin, like that's how like everybody's first impressions was when they saw like the trailers and the developer previews. We were like, is this just a reskin with with a World War I theme, that's what it kind of like the vibe we were getting from it, and honestly, it doesn't feel that way at all. Like I really feel like DICE really revamped and did the game completely from the ground up. Like it really feels different. Everything looks different. The coloring is different. Everything is done really, really good, and it really feels authentic. Like you really feel like you're inside of a war. Like it's like I'm telling you, like there's some moments in the game where I'm just like, a lot of moments in the game where I'm just like, wow, like this is so awesome. Like how tank rounds, when it hits the ground, you get more explosions and dust and dirt and rocks and gravel just exploding and flying into the air and then dropping back down into the land or whatever. It really just draws you into it. I love that. I love how they improved in that aspect. I love how they improved, like I said, in the destruction. I mean, as you can see in the multiplayer, I mean the story mode, the destruction in the multiplayer is just as good. Everything is just as good. One of the graphics aren't better in single player, and then a little different on multiplayer. It's all across the board great. And another thing too, the airships. The airship thing is pretty cool. Like when you first see your first airship, you're like, oh my god, this is crazy, like, oh snap. And I just love how when it flies over you or whatever, there's like debris falling from it when you're like shooting it, and people trying to like get it down or whatever. Like you just see all this debris fall, and it's just so epic, and I found myself like being taken away from the battle on the ground just to look up and be like, wow, that is so freaking cool. And all it is just a blimp. You would really think that with these basic weapons, and you would think like, oh man, it can't be that fun, but they really did a good job at it. Like everything really feels important. Nothing feels like, oh, this is just some lame bolt action rifle. No, everybody has a bolt action rifle, so it's an even playing field. I feel like one of the things a lot of people are a little skeptical about with this game is that they feel like, oh, the weapons are just kind of lame. They're too old, too dusty. Like who wants to play with that old stuff? Trust me, it feels right. And it just works, man. I'm telling you, it works. The entire game has been revamped. They didn't make anything the same as Battlefield 4 and try to like just reskin it and try to feed you some BS like how Call of Duty does with their games. They really give you a new experience, and I really think that EA, DICE, and these guys do a really good job with this game as far as gameplay wise, because the gameplay is epic. Any negative drawbacks that I have with the game, I would say that the tanks, see, this is tricky. I don't want to say they're too overpowering because they do have like glaring weaknesses. For one, they don't turn fast at all. Like you can get around a tank and get behind it really quickly because it has a crappy turn radius, unless there's somebody in there maybe helping them out, but for the most part you can get around a tank. The main issue with tanks is that it's hard to destroy them from a distance. Like you really have to get up close to them, and I felt like that's kind of like it kind of handicaps people a little bit because you don't necessarily know how to, like, I guess you could say like if a team, maybe the teams I was playing, they did a really good job at protecting the tank, but you really need to flank around the tank, find it, and then try to like destroy it from there with some C4, not C4, but some dang, this thing just started turning on. You need to like throw it with some dynamite or something like that. But like I felt like with this game, I found it really difficult to do that. Like I had to really like, if a tank is just singly out, you could probably find a way to get rid of it. But if the tank is with like a bunch of his teammates or whatever, like if it's just an enemy tank and it's surrounded by a bunch of enemies, I really found like a hard time like trying to get rid of it, and maybe because I haven't unlocked the weapons that to effectively get rid of it. But as of right now, in the beginning stages, tanks are kind of hard to deal with. Another thing, I felt like sniping is a little bit too easy. Now across the board, I felt like all weapons are really powerful. Let me just tell you that. Like it really felt like the game is like, they felt like a medium barrier between just normal standard Battlefield and hardcore Battlefield. Now hardcore, for those who don't know, is like increased damage. You have less health. Well, it's mostly increased damage. You don't have like the map, the HUD. You don't have none of that stuff. You don't have none of those little things that's kind of like gives you an advantage, or just you don't have the map. You pretty much just have to just look and use your eyes and use your sound and try to figure out where the enemies are at. And when you die, you can die really easy. You could die from one shot. I felt like with this game, a lot of the guns did a lot of damage, which is a good thing, because I didn't find myself like really having to like put so many rounds into an enemy in order to get rid of them. I did felt like the only guns where they did like a lot unusually amount of damage were like of course like your automatic guns, like just because it's automatic. Automatic guns back then were a big deal in World War I, because not every gun was automatic. A lot of the guns were pretty much just bolt action rifles. You still had a lot of people using bolt action rifles because the technology just wasn't there yet. So I really felt like them making the damage, them changing the damage of weapons was really good, and I felt like it feels right. But like I said, like I do just feel like the sniping aspect, I don't know if it's just too easy, or if I don't want to necessarily say that the rifles do too much damage, but like I said, like I feel like the gun damaging as far as like across all guns is pretty balanced. I really like how it is. I just feel like it's just a little too easy for like the sniper. Like these guys could just sit back and just be picking people off, and I always felt like it should be harder, being that sniper rifles in that era was come on, man, like what I'm saying, like sniper rifles now are a lot more effective and efficient, but like I feel like it's harder to snipe in Battlefield 4 than it is in Battlefield 1, and it shouldn't be that way. Like we're talking about World War I rifles versus modern day rifles. Like how is that even possible? You would think it would be easier now, but I did find it way too easy to kill people with a sniper rifle, as well as being picked off as being on the other end of it. Like a lot of people were killing me with the sniper rifles, and I just thought that was kind of like not really fair. I didn't really feel like it was balanced. That's like I said, that's the only thing I can say as of right now that I felt like was a little too overpowering. One controversial thing, however, are these little pickups. You have like a flamethrower pickup or a machine gun pickup. And it's basically almost like, how in previous Battlefield games you would get like a weapon that everybody can pick up, and it would usually be like, I think the best one, it'll be like a grenade launcher that can shoot like multiple grenades. Sometimes it'll be a sniper rifle that's really powerful, that if you hit them anywhere, it'll kill them in one hit, that type of thing. And it usually just be like one weapon in like one area and another weapon somewhere far away from the other side of the map. It don't necessarily be a lot, and if you pick it up and you die, whatever, it takes a long time for it to spawn again. So it doesn't really hinder the game or give you any type of advantage. It's just one of those things that if you see it, you want to use it. A lot of times, a lot of people just overlook it. They say, "Oh, new weapon, who cares? I don't really need it." But I feel like with this game, however, these pickups are really useful. Like you get this flamethrower pickup, or you get the machine gun pickup, you could do some damage, especially in some tight quarters where there's like a lot of like people in the area. You get the flamethrower, you can just burn everybody up. And with the machine gun one, that one is dope too. With certain I really think it depends on the map, because you can get put away pretty easily with that, because you're shooting the machine gun. It's not really that accurate, but the flamethrower one is pretty fun, and I really did have a great time. And just burn everybody up with that. Like, but at the same time, the reason why I brought that up because it is controversial. So even though in my experience with it, even though this is just the beginning days of the game, only been out for like 2-3 days now, I felt like it was fun and rewarding, but at the same time, I could see throughout time that this could be a problem. So I don't know, maybe it will stay balanced. Like I said, we're still like that little honeymoon stage where the game just feels super duper great. Everything seems kind of perfect, but after a while, people will start, exploiting, certain aspects of the game. So I'm just saying, like, I could see a potential problem there, maybe in the future, but like I said, maybe not. I could be wrong. I'm hoping I'm wrong because, like I said, it felt balanced to me. But people walking around with these little juggernaut type, machine guns or whatever, shooting up people. Of course, I didn't even mention that when you're in these little suits, you have a little bit more health than usual. You're not just like, it's not just a weapon that you're picking up. You actually get into like a bodysuit and you can like take more damage, as well as you could be healed. You can run away and get, your health will regenerate and you can go back. Maybe they can, I could see them, like I could see if this become a problem, they can do something where like your health just don't regenerate, that's just it. You get one bar of life and that's it. Maybe they could do something like that. I can see that in the future. But as of right now, you have like regular health, and it does take a longer time to regenerate. For example, like when there were times where I got shot up and I was like, I want to preserve this. Let me go hide somewhere. I found myself having to wait a really longer time in order to get my health bar to regenerate again. And that's really it, man. As far as like anything that's controversial, in the game. Majority of the stuff I feel like was really good and well balanced. Like I said, the weapons are great. I know a lot of people keep saying like the weapons are just super duper old and they can't really see themselves playing that stuff. But like I said, if everybody's using it, it's an even playing field. Like I don't see what's the complaining about. If everybody has a bolt action rifle, like what are you tripping? It's not like people are walking around. Some certain people are walking around with M4s and SCAR 17s, and you sitting around with a old bolt action rifle. I mean, I could see that's definitely a problem, but it's not like that. Like I feel like the game is overall it's really balanced. It's really good, man. Like I said, I think you should definitely pick it up if you haven't. If you're thinking about it, if you're on the fence, if you're a Battlefield player, like if you play Battlefield 4, you should definitely just go pick this up. Like this should be easy. Like this is like, it should be no question that you should pick it up. It's for like people who are just like not sure if they really want to play a World War I game. And I was always on the fence of saying that Call of Duty should have done this, but actually after playing this on Battlefield, I'm glad Call of Duty didn't do a World War I game, because I always thought World at War from Call of Duty was one of the best Call of Duty games ever made. A lot of people, I don't know, I felt like it was slept on. A lot of people slept on it because of the Modern Warfare series, but I felt like World at War is one of the best Call of Duty games ever made. And after playing this, and I'm still playing it, I really think like Battlefield did better justice with it. I think Battlefield can probably make an even better World War II game if they decided to go that route. Because remember, Call of Duty did World War II, Modern Warfare. Yeah, Call of Duty World War II, Battlefield is doing World War I. This is World War I. So I really feel that Call of Duty, even though it was a good game, I think that Battlefield did a better job as far as grabbing that old school. Because like even the soundtrack is dope. Like the soundtrack itself kind of makes you feel like you're in that era. It doesn't sound modern at all. I felt like with Call of Duty, on the other hand, there were some aspects where it felt old school, but at the same time there was some aspects where it felt modern. And with this game, it really feels old school across the board. Like everything's it's authentic, man. It's really authentic, and I really enjoy it, and I think they did a really great job at delivering a game that's set in this setting, because it's pretty challenging to do that, because you would think that they would have to sacrifice maybe like gameplay, like as far as like speed, as far as like would everything would be slower pace, put it that way. It's still fast paced. Battlefield is still it's still fast paced. Still a first person shooter. You still got moments where it gets crazy, a lot of shooting and stuff. It's still great. Like it doesn't slow down at all. Like It's dope. It's your typical Battlefield game, just, you know, set in World War One and done good. Like I said, like everything has been revamped. Oh, as you can see in the gameplay, man, I don't know if you guys are watching it, but I love how, like, when the airship explodes or whatever, how it just leaves this like it really demolishes the terrain. Like, it really just burns it up. Like you could see something bad happening here. Like, that's so dope. Like, I really enjoyed that. But that's it, man. That's just my thoughts on it. Great game, man. Like I said, man, I can't stress it enough. I'm really enjoying it. I'm still gonna be playing it. Keep you guys updated as far as, like, if there's anything I don't like about it. I did have some time experience, and I haven't actually flown the plane, but I was like one of the pilots, not a pilot, but actually like a co-pilot, and I thought that was really dope. I really enjoyed, like, shooting people while the pilot was, like, moving. I thought that was really cool. Like, I always felt like Battlefield 4 should have had some type of, like, jets where it was 2 people in there, but I mean, it is what it is. I don't even think in real life they don't even need 2 people on. I think 1 man can do it all. But yeah, I really felt like this was really cool. It kind of brings that little teamwork into it. You can get somebody in the front. Some planes got people in like a person in the front, a co-pilot in the front. You got a co-pilot in the back. So that's really dope. Yeah, overall experience, man. Like I said, great game, man. Like, I think it's dope, man. I think it's a must buy. I don't want to give it a rating. Like I said, I haven't beat the story yet, but from what I'm playing so far, it's really, really good. Like, I'm telling you, like, it's really good. It's not no popcorn rush through type of story. Like, it has substance. The game has substance, and I'm super excited, man. I'm kind of blown away, and I'm pretty like what's the word? Like, I'm, like, really thankful, as well as, like, just, like, I can't even think of the word. Like, I'm just, like, souped for the fact that we actually have a first-person shooter that's great, because I was actually thinking about getting Titanfall. Like, that's how desperate I was getting. I was like, maybe I should get Titanfall 2, because I'm kind of, like, tired of playing Battlefield 4 right now, because honestly, when you play this game, I'm telling you, you're gonna see the difference. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, there's a reason why this game only came out for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and PC. Like, you know, last generation consoles can't handle that, you know. And I always felt like Battlefield 4, I always felt like it had that little bit of oh, you know what, this only feels like, you know, an upgrade of graphics. You know, it doesn't necessarily feel like a game that's really, really, you know, that has a lot of substance. You know, you'll see, man. You'll see. Like, when you play it, like I said, you should definitely cop it if you haven't. Great game, great buy. You're gonna have a lot of time. I'm gonna spend a lot of time with it. I'm gonna be pumping out more videos. You guys are gonna see more videos of me pumping it out, so you can see my point of view, where I'm going from it. But like I said, man, great game. Better than way better than Battlefield 4 in my opinion. I already think it's better, honestly, way better. But that's it, man. That's my thoughts, man. If there's any more questions that you guys want to know about, you know, if you want to see certain, like, aspects of the game, certain footage, like I said, I'm trying to get more videos out. I will be getting more videos out, but like I said, I just wanted to get this out the way, because like I said, I'm really impressed with this game. I was kind of going into it like, you know, I hope this isn't just a reskin, but like I said, like, this is a solid game. Like, this is really dope, and I'm definitely gonna be, you know, covering this a lot more and doing just more gameplay, or might just do voiceovers. Like, this is gonna be like one of my default games now. I can finally put Battlefield 4 to rest. Like, I don't think I'm gonna be playing that again. Like, this is gonna be the game for me now. So that's it, guys. That's my video. That's all I gotta say for right now. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new around here, all that kind of good stuff. It's your boy Raislive. I'm out. Peace.